Hey Heather, so I think for me the biggest focus that I put into my fall 23 and and leading into spring 24 coursework is formative assessment. We all know that we do summative assessment really well, but in formative assessment, I've implemented over the years that I started teaching, I've implemented weekly quizzes for all of my classes, and so some of those low stakes assignments to help build up knowledge of the course content. So weekly quizzes are something that I've stuck with, but in that I've kind of been going back through and ensuring that the content in the quizzes, making sure, triple checking myself, that everything in the quizzes is covering what students need to know on the exam. There's no random question that I've asked in a quiz that is not going to be covered on the exam. Not that they shouldn't know it, but what exactly is going to lead them into success on the exam? Things like that, small things. With written assignments, I've been, working on how I give feedback, how I, ensure that as students are working on those assignments, that the rubrics are clear, that I can never leave anything alone. And so all of my classes I've kind of been going back over assignment instructions and things like that. And so with that, making sure that the rubrics are clear, making sure that the grade statements that I have on each assignment PDF are clear, what constitutes A work, what constitutes B work, and so on and so forth. And just helping students to fully understand what's expected of them in those assessments. And so with the assignments, I have those leading into the unit exams, but all of those assignments have something to build from in the content that they're going to be tested over. So like for my intro to sociology class, the one of the first 3 chapters is on research methods. And so not only are we initially learning in chapter 1 about what is sociology, what do we study in that, but in chapter 2 we start looking at research methods and what does that look like. And so my first assignment for that course is having students come up with their own research topic, but then designing their own type of study. So not necessarily doing a full research proposal, but, tell me 2 research methods and why those would work for this particular issue that you're wanting to study. And so in that, they're having to actually apply a lot of the concepts. And so that kind of gets them practicing on what's going to be on the exam. What do they need to know in relation to, what are the advantages and disadvantages of a survey versus interview versus observation. And so all of that kind of comes through in a lot of the things that I have leading into those summative assessments with the exams. And so that's really kind of what I've been focusing on this year. And there's been a lot in relation to wanting to make sure that rubrics are clear and grading expectations are clear. And so I've been working on that over the last couple of years and leading into fall. And that's something that I plan to keep doing for the spring semester. And so that is my plan. So if you have any questions, let me know.